All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all are having a good night so far. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. I hope this, I don't know. Okay, I don't know how to start this. The video title, you already know. It's this 8-foot giant was too big for the NBA. Guys, I had to click on this video. I need to know what the story is. So, this is from the channel Dime. So I assume they're gonna cover this plus a bunch of other crazy stories. But there's only one way to find out. I haven't watched even a single second of this one. So, but right off the top of my head, I don't remember an 8-foot guy in the NBA or trying to get into the NBA. Maybe when we get into it, I'll remember something. But off the top of my head here, I think I'm going in blind, which is kind of cool. Which is why I clicked on the video, because I'm like, okay, let's learn something new. Let's learn some history. Anyways, you guys, as I always do, I'm gonna leave the original, the link to the original video down below in the description. You'll also see a list of channel members. Shout out channel members. I appreciate you all. Guys, like the video. I'd appreciate it. It helps out a lot. There's nothing for me to say in the intro because I don't have any context over this. So let's go.
F-Kid who defied every odds to make it to the big stage, to a 7'7" shot-blocking Spider-Man who once hit 6 threes in a single half. These
I saw that game.
Who you won't believe exist.
Me and my brother together watched that game where he was just bombing threes from the top of the key. It was... I'll never forget it.
Gotta start with Sim Butler, because this guy made history in only 3 games. Yeah, Sim became the first player of Indian descent to play in the NBA. And by play...
This is the guy who ended up being the wrestler. I remember him.
I mean, the guy stepped on the court for the Sacramento Kings and blotted out the sun. He was 7'5" and weighed over 360 pounds.
Okay, now don't clickbait me. You said 8 foot.
Basically, 2 LeBrons who never skipped dessert stacked on top of one another.
They're all mice.
And there it is, Sim Butler with his first NBA basket.
Jesus, dude makes Shaq look regular size.
Yeah.
And for a brief moment, the Kings tried to build a marketing campaign around him. Didn't quite work out. But hey, Sim still got the last laugh. He made NBA history, got the bag, and never even had to jump. Respect. Now, Sim Butler was big, but Tacko Fall was a freak of nature.
Oh, Tacko.
No, seriously. If Tacko wasn't a pro baller, he'd be getting studied in a lab. For starters, he's 7'7", and when he was living on campus in UCF in Florida, the college had to adjust the facilities to suit his height.
They've also done some things like in their weight room and training facility, they've had to take out ceiling tiles. Because when he does the jump drills and everything, his hands hit the ceiling.
I mean, the neck hit alone could have been a career ender.
Okay, yeah, well, jump drills, hands hit the ceiling. I would assume most ceilings are 10 foot, so this should be a problem for a lot of people.
But that's not all. Tacko also has an 8'2" wingspan and a size 22 shoe.
22? Damn, that crushes my 14.
Back in 2020, he requested that top shoe designer, SxADk, custom make him a pair.
I got a request. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it or not.
Let me hear it.
Nobody's ever asked you for this in the store, I bet you. Size 22. Do you have anything in a size 22?
That's wild. I don't know. I don't have anything near that, honestly.
Yeah, that ain't a standard size shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because even at 14, like, even back before there was the internet, I couldn't find size 14 anywhere. It never happens. You can't go to a store and find it. So like now it's even hard online these days with online inventories. But dude, it was impossible back in the day. Size 22, yeah, good luck.
Luckily, SxADk got the job
Look at that
done.
box.
Yo, that's tough, man. That's
Put them on there. Try to make sure.
Damn, those things are huge. Tacko's got the giant drip, but we gotta take things down a notch on the height scale. Cause Tyrone Bogues, aka Muggsy, is the short king GOAT. Yeah, you know the way being tall is
Okay, now I'm gonna do a thing here. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna see if we got clickbaited because I clicked on this for an 8-foot tall guy.
major when it comes to going pro. Well, nobody told Muggsy because this man got capped at 5'3" and it still didn't stop him.
Muggsy don't give a damn. Muggsy be body slamming people who are 7 foot.
Nobody told Muggsy because this man got capped at 5'3" and it still didn't stop him. See, at that height, life was already going to be a challenge. But this dude decided to increase the difficulty by going into basketball. And in 1987, he lined up for the Washington Bullets and became the shortest player in NBA history.
He takes it from him. Moisey trying to catch him. What a play. 11 points for Sickman. It's 59-52.
Oh, man.
Hey, if I didn't know better, I'd say this was AI. No pun intended. But Muggsy was actually a bit of a cheat code. He played 14 seasons, and amongst all the hype, he was quicker and more agile than anyone. And you know what's really wild? He was teammates with Manute Bol, the tallest player ever in the NBA.
Oh man, in hindsight, I wish I watched more of these games when they were playing together. The bullets were not on TV very often though. But this is the funniest contrast of height you could ever see on a basketball court.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Manute later. But picture this: a 5'3" guy and a 7'7" monster were linking up before anyone knew who The Rock and Kevin Hart were.
Yeah.
That's insane. But so was Spud Webb, because he may not have been as short as Muggsy Bogues, but he wasn't much taller either. At 5'7", he was the third smallest player ever.
Crazy. That image is awesome. Look at that. Dang. Also, I mean, just look at the crazy verticals, great. But also, dude, he can basically, if he got on his tippy toes, he could dunk that.
And he shared the court with the players twice his size. But the thing that's so crazy about Spud was that he didn't just compete, he had everyone in sports rubbing their eyes in disbelief.
Yep.
See, in 1987, Spud participated in the NBA dunk contest. Yeah, a 5'7" guy taking on the big dog. It looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not as ridiculous as how it looked when he got to the final, matched up against his 6'8" teammate Dominique Wilkins, and won.
Yeah, he stole our hearts, man.
Holy smokes. The little guy's flying. Yeah, flying's cool, but so is being the
dude. Because of Spud Webb, I thought, dude, I'm gonna. You guys know how old I am. You guys remember moon shoes? Like, I wanted a pair of moon shoes so bad. Obviously, I didn't get them. I think they came out later, but like always watching how like this little dude could fly, and I was around the same height as him back then. You know, I'm like, I think I need some better shoes. Ended up with a pair of. Oh man, it was a Payless shoe store knockoff version of the Reebok pumps. It had a little basketball on it, but the basketball didn't do anything on the tongue. Stupid stuff in the 90s, man. But anyways, it was enough for me to be happy and to me to pretend like I could jump higher.
Human version of a chameleon.
Hold on, let's back it up.
Flying. Yeah, flying's cool, but so is being the human version of a chameleon, because Charlie Ward was moving mad. This guy won the Heisman Trophy as a quarterback at Florida State, a.k.a. college football royalty.
Yeah, he played for the Giants.
Instead of pursuing a career already there for the taking, he decided he wanted to play with a round ball instead
I mean the Knicks.
Of an oval, and completely switched it up. Yeah, Charlie really said, if MJ can do it, so can I. The versatility is off the chart. But this next player could have gone straight from the court to the wrestling ring. I'm talking about Oliver Miller, because man, if this dude landed on you after a dunk, it would be good night and game.
All right, we had Oliver in his best years over here in Phoenix with the Suns. Dude, that was back in like 93, that era when we were like competing for a championship. Oliver had a lot of skill. Oliver just obviously, man, he had a weight problem that he could not get a hold of. But it's too bad. He had the right height and he had a good skill set. But yeah, that extra like 100 pounds he was carrying was a big problem.
Over. See, Miller's the heaviest guy ever to ball, weighing in at 375 pounds. That's heavier than a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, 2 average NFL running backs, an American Black Bear, or 3 Muggsies. And here's the thing, Miller wasn't half bad either. I mean, he averaged 3 assists per game as a center. Not bad for a guy built like a fully stocked fridge.
That's a big O.
Oh, that was too close.
Damn. See, I did not follow his career after he was no longer a Phoenix Sun. But just looking at this, dude, he increased in size by like another 50%.
Look, there's one person who probably wouldn't hear Miller coming, and that's Lance Allred.
Is he 8
because
foot?
Lance was the first legally deaf player in the NBA. Yep, 80% hearing loss in both ears. Born with it, grew up with hearing aids, and still made it to the league.
Holy
and get
crap.
this,
so he's the NBA's Daredevil. Oh, no, that's blind. My bad.
Raised in a polygamous Mormon sect in rural Montana. So yeah, this man went from cows, coats, and communication challenges to running plays with LeBron on the Cavs. He couldn't always hear the coach. He couldn't always follow on-court chatter, but he learned to lip read, lock in, and earn a 10-day contract in 2008. And only played a few games, but man, it meant everything. Lance Allred's story is straight up movie script stuff.
That is awesome.
Deaf baller, mental health advocate, motivational speaker, and a certified legend. But this next guy was a certified...
Oh no, the eyes, Popeye Jones. Jones, dude. His eyes put the fear of God into me, my dad, and my brother. Like, every time we'd watch a game and Popeye's playing, dude, we would always just look right into his eyes. Oh, man. Oh, no. It's right in front of my face, guys. The screen is really big. How you feel? You feeling uncomfortable yet? Oh, I'm looking away now. Oh, there's my dog sleeping peacefully. She has no idea what I'm looking at here.
Madman.
Hi, my name is Ronald Jones, but everybody calls me Popeye.
Popeye Jones, brawler, maverick. Eyes literally popping out of his head, ready to die for his team the second the whistle blew. This guy always looked like he was one bad call away from body slamming the ref, and for his opponents, he was a nightmare.
One guy who gave me business every single time, and I hate him to this day, is Popeye Jones. I could not stop this guy.
And why was that?
I have no idea. It's like I can't even explain it. I mean, I wish I could. This guy's killing me.
Damn, he gave Barkley nightmares for life. And yeah, Popeye wasn't a superstar. He was never gonna drop 30 or win a dunk contest. But on the glass, he was shattering the morale of opponents left and right. This man once grabbed 28 rebounds in a single game back in 1994, which is still one of the craziest stat lines ever.
Wait, say that again?
But on the glass, he was shattering the morale of opponents left and right. This man once grabbed 28 rebounds in a single game back in 1994, which is still one of the craziest stat lines ever by a player under 6'9". I mean, that's more rebounds in one night than some 7-footers get all season. But nothing could prepare you for seeing what this guy's video game face looked like. He somehow looked even more unhinged. What the heck is that? But look,
it's accurate.
Whether it's his insane defensive work,
Popeye will do whatever it takes to help his team win. Take a charge, no problem.
Or his wild expressions, the best thing Popeye left to the game is definitely this.
And the occasional flair for the fantastic.
To Jones, knock loose again.
Oh, what a putback.
Hits it.
I'm speechless. But if you think Popeye was an intimidating opponent, I got something else for you. See, on October 16th, 1962, one of the two tallest players in the NBA was born in Sudan. His name, Manute Bol.
Yep.
But he wasn't just tall, he looked like a different species. At 7'7", with a wingspan of 8'6", legs like stilts, and arms that went on forever, Manute looked like he was built in a lab by spiders. I mean, look at this guy. He was all elbows, knees, and ankles. And somehow he made it work on the court.
He was so skinny, guys. That's the funny thing. Like, you look at his arms and his legs, it's just wild. Like, we always thought like his legs are just gonna like snap like a twig.
Knees and ankles, and somehow he made it work on the court. And like Popeye, Manute wasn't scoring 30 a night, but what he was doing was sending shots into the stratosphere. Dude once had 15 blocks in a single game. Damn. 15! And that's not just elite, that's straight up demoralizing.
And Manute gets another one! Number 15 for Manute Bol!
You shall not pass this Sudanese superhuman. He swat your jumper, your layup, and probably your self-esteem while he was at it. And get this, one time he hit 6 threes in one half just to prove he could do it all.
Oh, that's why we saw it. He did it against the Suns. I totally forgot. Yeah, no wonder why. Because, yeah, man. Oh, man, he did it on us. And we were laughing our ass off the whole time. Like, look at this guy just bombing these threes. Look where he's standing. Guys, this is the 90s. I think this is like 92 or 93, something like that, maybe 94. Like, people were not shooting out here, man. This is way before Steph Curry and Damian Lillard. Like, look at this monster.
Come back to within 10.
Bang!
Now it's he's got 6 threes this half.
Damn, he really ain't a one-trick tower. But behind that on-court prowess was a gentle giant.
I mean, he was a 7'7", but he thought that he was 5'10". He thought that he was a guard. He always wanted to handle the basketball. He always wanted to shoot threes. Always wanted to play me one-on-one in practice. I mean,
really?
We had so much fun.
Oh, man, that's just too wholesome.
Oh, man, I would pay to watch some of those one-on-ones. Like, that is just hilarious.
Manute Bol was a real one, but this kid is a real-life basketball miracle. Josiah Johnson was born without legs, but straight up refused to take the easy path in life. His dream was always basketball. So at 13 years old, he stepped onto the court at Moore Middle School in Louisiana to try and defy all the odds set against him. No wheelchair, no pity, just pure grind. And my man wasn't joking either, because Josiah didn't just make the team, he began starting matches. Dude was breaking ankles without having ankles of his own.
Yo, I never heard about this one. Look at this. This is amazing. amazing.
What? But Josiah's not the only one reaching new levels without limbs, because Jamarian Styles is styling out. See, he was born with arms that weren't fully developed, but it takes more than that to hold a guy like this back. Yeah, no forearms, no hands, but also no fear, no hesitation, and definitely no chill.
Look at that. Get out of here. Bang!
He's sinking threes like he was programmed to do it.
Dude.
Man, that's insane. And you know what else is insane? Whatever the heck went on with Lloyd Daniels. See, his path to the big stage.
Okay, before we move on, because it's moving so fast, those last two stories were amazing.
Age was kinda irregular, as in crack pipes, bullet wounds, and straight up defying death. This dude went from being called the next Magic Johnson to almost throwing his life away before he even played a single NBA game. Let's rewind. Lloyd Daniels came out of New York with God-tier talent. 6'7" with handles like a point guard, court vision like a hawk, and effortless hop. By high school, people were already comparing him to Magic. Then UNLV scooped him up, and things went downhill fast. Before he could even suit up in college, Lloyd got busted buying crack from an undercover cop. Yep, and it all just started to spiral. Drug addiction, bouncing around shady leagues, rehab stints, and more blown chances than anyone could count. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, he got shot 3 times over a drug deal going sideways. Yeah, most people don't come back from that, but somehow Lloyd Daniels survived it all. He cleaned up, got one last shot from the San Antonio Spurs in 1992, actually made the team. And you know what? He hooped, dropped 26 points in just his second NBA game ever, played 5 seasons in the league, suited up for 6 teams, and left everyone thinking, how this guy even alive? Let alone crossing people up. He should have been a headline for all the wrong reasons. Instead, he became a legend. Listen up though, because there's a young man writing his legacy as we speak, and he's doing something nobody thought was even possible. Imagine being so good at basketball, you drop 30 points in high school games, dunk on defenders, and get D1 scholarship offers with only one arm.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Someone who really doesn't have a left. Let's see what you could do.
Not just a metaphor. That's Hansel Emmanuel, a 6'6" Dominican-born guard who's been absolutely torching defenders his entire life with just his left arm. See, when Hansel was just 6',
you mean just his right arm, right?
Defenders his entire life with just his left arm. See, when Hansel was just 6 years old, tragedy struck. In a freak accident, a wall came crashing down on him. His right arm was pinned under the rubble for over 2 hours. And by the time he was rescued, the damage was so severe, he had to be amputated. But this tragedy wasn't the end for Hansel. Nah, it was his origin story. Because he didn't just learn to live with one arm. He instead learned to dribble, pass, and shoot with the one remaining. Dude. In high school, he averaged over 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists.
What? This guy's crushing them. Look at those rebounds, one-hand rebounds.
At Life Christian Academy in Florida. And that got the attention of D1 programs. And on the college stage, he sure made it count, setting the tone early with his first points.
Emmanuel, he'll drive in, lays it up, and there's the first points.
After that, he was just scoring for fun. And even with his physical disadvantage, guys seemed to have an athletic advantage over everyone.
Emmanuel tips the inbounds, and he'll take it from coast to coast. Watch out.
Whoa.
It makes sense. So he's like using this part of his body to like gather the ball with his hand before he goes up for those dunks. I'm really curious because, like, dude, getting a rebound with only one hand is really, really difficult. Unless your name is Dennis Rodman, of course. But outside of that, like, it's a hard thing to do. So that's why, I mean, like, scoring obviously is hard with all of this. Anything in life is hard with only one hand, but I'm thinking about it practically, and dude, getting those rebounds has to be really hard to secure those boards.
And stop him. Hansel Emmanuel wasn't supposed to get it this far, but it looks like the one-arm assassin is going even further because he's headed for the 2025 NBA draft.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, this dude has already won in life. All right, let's talk about Shaun Livingston.
Do it. I hope we pick him. I would take him here in Phoenix, dude. That's just an awesome story. And this guy has got like real legitimate talent. So yeah, bring him here, man. Dude, in order to do what he's pulled off, you got to have a heart of freaking gold. You know, heart of a lion.
Guy wasn't born with a condition, but you won't believe he ever stepped foot on an NBA court again after what happened to him. The year was 2007. Livingston was just 21 years old, playing point guard for the LA Clippers and looking like the future. He's tall for a guard, 6'7" with court vision, handles, and that smooth mid-range game. People are calling him the next Penny Hardaway. But then came one of the most horrific injuries in NBA history. See, during a fast break against the Charlotte Bobcats, Livingston goes up for a layup. Nothing fancy, but he lands horribly wrong.
Can't show
Dude's
it.
knee snapped backward, live on camera. That's horrific. Apparently, there were staff members getting sick just witnessing it. And honestly, I don't blame them. I wouldn't even want to watch the replay of that.
Yeah.
And somehow, the damage was even worse than it looked. Because Livingston tore his ACL, his PCL, MCL, and he dislocated his patella. He even dislocated his tibia. Yeah, it was so bad, doctors considered amputation within hours of the injury.
Wow.
Because they saw how badly the blood flow was compromised. Unlike Hansel, though, Livingston luckily didn't lose the limb. But everyone in that hospital that night was thinking the same thing. Career over. But the craziest thing is, Shaun Livingston didn't just recover, he came back to the NBA and became a 3-time champion. From nearly being amputated to getting 3 rings, this guy is built different. But listen, I gotta switch things up.
What a story. Okay. All right. This is going to be interesting.
For a minute. Because over in the WNBA, there's a storm coming. And that storm is called Zhang Ziyu, 7'3", no typo. That's taller than any player currently in the WNBA. And she's only 17. Straight out of Shandong, China, with a wingspan that covers entire defenses, Zhang is already called a cheat code, a female Yao Ming.
I was going to say, yep, we got our Yao Ming for the WNBA. Let's go.
At the 2024 FIBA Under-18 Women's Asia Cup, she exploded onto the scene. On her debut, she got 19 points on a perfect 9-for-9 shooting against New Zealand, 36 points, 13 rebounds.
All right, she don't look very athletic though, you guys. Like Yao had some movement. Like she just, she's got such a height advantage. I guess she doesn't have to move around a lot.
4 blocks. Versus Japan, she broke the tournament scoring record with 44 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 20 of 22 from the floor.
Okay. Good glass usage. Turning away from the double team. Good. Oh, that's just unfair. Okay, is this going to work into pros? I want to find out. I want to watch it.
What am I even seeing?
I don't know.
Yeah, she finished the tournament averaging 35 points per game and 12.8 rebounds per game, earning MVP and All-Star honors, becoming a global sensation overnight.
All right, let's
People were saying she should be banned because it wasn't fair on the other players.
No. She's not cheating. She's just freaking tall, man.
Sheesh. Zhang is a physical specimen like no other, but so is Chris Dudley, because playing in the NBA is tough, real tough. In fact, for a U.S. high school basketball player, the odds of becoming a pro NBA...
All right, I haven't forgotten, guys. I'm still waiting for that 8-foot-tall giant.
It's tough.
Honestly, though, even if it doesn't happen, I'm really enjoying this video. It is what it is.
Real tough. In fact, for a U.S. high school basketball player, the odds of becoming a pro NBA player is 0.3%. But Chris over here wasn't just a 6'11 defensive bruiser who held down the paint for 16 seasons. He was doing it all while battling type 1 diabetes. That's right. Dudley was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 16.
I never knew that about him.
Back in 1981, and had to inject himself with insulin just to stay alive. Now imagine doing that in the early 90s while guarding Akeem Olajuwon or getting bodied by prime Karl Malone. Oh, and not to mention getting his treatment from Shaq.
Jeez. I'll never see that the same again.
But Dudley dealt with it, and at halftime, he was getting his blood sugars checked and eating glucose tablets on the bench to make sure he kept himself breathing. And look, he wasn't an all-star. He wasn't flashy, but he was relentless. Yeah. Oh, and he also holds the NBA record for the most missed free throws and one trip to the line.
Don't. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do it again. Dude. No, man, guys, the Dudley was not a bad player, but this is bad. You can't do this multiple times, 3 times?
Yikes. But come on, when your pancreas doesn't even work, missing a few freebies ain't that deep. I'm not taking any Chris Dudley slander here. Guy's a warrior.
Agreed.
But listen, we still got one more crazy story to tell you, because there's a player who's been balling out, collecting rings, and looking head and shoulders above the competition.
Is he 8 foot tall?
But what you probably didn't know is that he's been doing it all with a physical limitation most people wouldn't even believe. Meet Gerald Green, 2007 NBA Slam Dunk champion, 12-year NBA vet, averaged over 10 points per game across 658 games, and could jump so high, you swear he installed moon boots. Like, seriously, that's just ridiculous. But here's what most people don't know about Gerald Green. He got all those achievements.
Was he jumping in line with the rim?
Per game across 658 games, and could jump so high, you...
Yup. Okay, all right, yep. That's not a hack. That's for real.
He installed moon boots. Like, seriously, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, were they moon shoes or moon boots, since he brought them up? I thought they were moon shoes.
Here's what most people don't know about Gerald Green. He got all those achievements with 9 fingers.
What?
No cap. His ring finger is missing the top half. And the story? Oh, it's brutal. Middle school. Gerald's out there doing what Gerald does, trying to dunk on anything with a rim. But this time, he's wearing his mom's class ring. Goes up for a dunk on a homemade rim. The ring catches on a screw, and when he comes down, his finger doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it got ripped down to the bone. Doctors couldn't save it, and amputation was the only way. So imagine you're a kid aspiring to be in the NBA. When this happened, it would feel like a dream killer, right? Well, for young Gerald, this was just a bump along the way to get into the big stage, because he adapted, learned to shoot without full grip control, and trained like a maniac.
Hey.
And by high school, he was levitating past defenders like a 2K player on max vertical.
Man, did you guys know about this? I had no idea about this.
2 years later, he's winning the NBA Slam Dunk title in style.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's right-handed, right? And it's his right hand that he lost a finger. This is impressive.
Sheesh, that's crazy. But listen, his in-game dunks were even nastier. Fast breaks, lobs, posters. The man had rockets for calves, and his windmill alley-oop is a freaking felony.
Control, good rebound. Nice outlet. On the run, 2-on-1.
Dude, yeah, he's up there, man. This is just wild. Look at his head.
The finish.
These people have families, Gerald. This guy will cook you on the court, then dap you up with a 9-finger handshake.
Dragon.
9 fingers, 1 mission, endless bounce. Gerald Green didn't just beat the odds, he dunked on
Hell
them.
yeah, dude. All right, so you totally clickbaited with the 8-foot giant one, but dude, I'm glad you did. I hate clickbaiting so much, but I'm really glad I watched this video. So it is what it is. I learned some stuff. I learned a lot of stuff in a short period of time in this video. So fine. I wish I could learn in an honest fashion, but if I gotta be bamboozled in order to learn, I guess it's what it is. Guys, I really enjoyed this video. So many things I didn't know. Like doing those kind of dunks with a missing finger. We saw someone hooping with no legs, you know. Like we might actually get to see a professional in the NBA with only one arm. I think that would be awesome. You know, the rest I'm sure most of us knew about, you know, like Manute and Muggsy and all that. But man, I really want to see, I want to see that. I want to see that in the NBA. I want to see a one-armed dude in the NBA out hustling everybody else. That's what I want to see. I want to see him like to just put some of these dudes to shame, and when they have no physical, you know, limitations or excuses, and just to see it happen. I bet it would put a hell of a rise in a lot of these players, you know, forcing them to really play hard for their ego and for their pride's sake. Anyways, you guys, not much else to say except for we've been bamboozled. There is no 8-foot giant that I saw that was too big to play in the NBA. I think the tallest we got up to was like 7'7", right? Or 7'8". Anyways, you guys, I am gonna head out. Enjoy the rest of your night, all right? I will see you guys in the comments, and yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching with me, and most importantly, is to be water, my friends.